Rock on this Wednesday morning. It is November 20th. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schreck. We've got a lot to come this morning right here on ARC, including this week's Geared for Growth. We're going to be learning more about how one company is making it easier for their clients to renovate and redesign.
Exciting. And then later we're going to be getting some advice from our teen mental health expert on ways we can manage our stress.
I like that. Before all of that, we want to dive right into this morning show. We're starting things out with a traffic alert for you at this early hour.
Yeah, take a look at this. This is 590 at Browncroft Boulevard. We have seen a significant delay in traffic for about the past hour or so. You can see it looks to be 2 of the 3 lanes have been closed. Cars even pulling right over onto the shoulder there to give first responders room that they need to work. You can see we do have quite a few first responders, several cars pulled over, folks hard at work. So if you're headed out in that direction, be mindful. There is a significant delay. Also, if you look at the second portion of the screen there, there's what appears to be another motor vehicle accident. So it looks like we're working with 2 right in that same stretch of 590. A live look there, 590 at Empire Boulevard. You're looking at an hour delay over in that area. Avoid it altogether if you can.
Yeah, not a place anyone wants to sit.
No, that's
never
for sure.
Any fun. All right. Hey, did you know, Abigail, that we are just 8 days away from Thanksgiving?
Away. Yes.
A week and a day away from Thanksgiving. There's a local food pantry, too, that's doing its part to make sure that everyone gets a Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah, St. Peter's Kitchen is on the city's west side and has a mission to end hunger. We go live to Chris Lopez, who's there for us this morning. Chris has been hard at work, moving the turkeys, packing the boxes. Chris, I'm glad they're putting you to work. It seems like you've really only been drinking and eating on the job these past few weeks.
Wow. Thanks, guys, throwing me under the bus, but back to business for this morning. Thanksgiving preparation is, like you said, 8 days away, but right now you guys are prepping for lunch, and that is a daily task. That is 6 days a week. We have volunteers right now, full all volunteers pretty much, right?
All volunteers. We run, we need at least 10 to 15 volunteers a day. Today there'll be 21 volunteers, so we'll get cut up. What we're doing right now is we're making a bean salad. Everything we try to do here is fresh. We try to use everything that we do get. So Tom is making a bean salad right now, so he's got to cut the peppers, onions. He'll be mixing that together with some different beans, and that'll be today's lunch.
And I do want to point out, peppers, absolute beautiful colors right here that go into the food. Nutrition, you guys are just key in on nutrition.
You got to have a balanced diet. We always make sure when you take lunch, you have a protein, you have a vegetable, you have a fruit, you have a carb. Yeah, there's dessert too, but we try to make sure everything is healthy. But the other thing is tasty.
Yes.
We have the best tasting meals here in Rochester. Because we don't serve anything that we wouldn't serve at a party at our home.
I like that. I want to, real quick, Tom, you could be asleep right now. You're chopping the peppers up. Why do you choose to come in here and volunteer and give your time?
This is a special place, starting with the people that donate the food. The volunteers are awesome. The staff is awesome. So it's not just us that, the clients that benefit. I benefit as well. I enjoy being here and helping out.
We were talking a little bit before the connections that you make while serving everyone.
Yeah, I get to serve on the line, and the people that come through are so awesome. They're friendly and they're so appreciative. Yeah, it's a pleasure being here. It's a real blessing to everybody.
Yeah, a real blessing, exactly. Very appreciative of what you do. I'll let you get back to chopping the beautiful peppers right there.
We're just going to walk this way.
PB&J's, my favorite PB&J's. That is a staple in my household.
Right, and what days we serve pork or fish, we always provide an alternative to those that have dietary restrictions or religious restrictions. So we're making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which will be our alternative today. So let's wander over to the kitchen, where
you guys have so much going on in the kitchen. How many meals are we prepping roughly today? I've heard a range of numbers.
It'll range anywhere from 300 to 400. We also, I'd say today will probably be 350 to 400. So what we have going on right now, we're having smashed
oven roasted potatoes
roasted
today.
potatoes, and you can tell they're real potatoes. We have Joe's working here. Randy is over here. We're making roasted vegetables, and they're all fresh vegetables.
Yeah, cauliflower, broccoli. It looks like zucchini in there. That's beautiful.
What are we doing for Thanksgiving, Randy?
A huge amount of food. Today we're working on today, and they're prepping Thanksgiving. We've got everything from obviously turkey and gravy to mashed potatoes to salad to pies to beverages to cranberry sauce to green bean casserole to butternut squash, bread. There's lots, and we're.
How often do you volunteer here?
I work on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Well, why do you come here? You could do anything.
Yeah, but I've been in the restaurant business my whole life, so this is a chance to like give back, you know, to help folks out. It's great. I love it. I love it here.
What's one of your favorite things about volunteering here? Tom was talking about the connections he make. What do you get out of this?
Just the feeling of satisfaction when on my way home. You know, you go, you know, I gave something today, and it's a really great feeling.
And the community 100% thanks you. I'll let you get back to work with the potatoes. You guys have a big day today. Bob, can we go into this room over here to show off? The food has to go somewhere. It has to go into. I'll take it over here. Bob is a little bit busy, but onto this table, and it can range anywhere from 200 people, 300 that they serve. They go into those plastic containers. Bob's bringing them out right now, and he tells me no one ever leaves here hungry when they just come for lunch. You can ask for seconds, but it's not recommended.
Nobody has ever asked really for seconds because it gets. And you know the story. So sometimes they might need some more food, but we just don't. We talk to them first to make sure that it's really what they need. And some people try to scam you, but most time people are pretty honest with that. So lunches are all just come and get it. For like the turkey basket giveaway today, those you have to reserve your spot in time in advance, so it's a little too late for us right now. They will be giving them out at people pantry. You have to register too.
And we'll be looking at the basket giveaways coming up 9 o'clock. They're prepping for that right now. Good stuff this morning. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
All right, Chris, I love the fact that these people just do it because they want to be doing it. There's no other driving factor behind it. It's really incredible.
Yeah, big hearts from all those people.
Yes.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Hey, let's get a check of the forecast now this Wednesday morning. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is here. Marty, today's really the pick of the week. We're above average, and you can kind of feel it. I mean, I feel above average.
You're always above average, Dan.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Thank you.
It's not just Wednesdays.
Same to you, Marty.
Wonderful Wednesday.
I aim to please. Well, yeah, today's one of those days where it may not be the prettiest of days, but yeah, it's the temperature. That's the highlight of the day today. And you look off on the horizon there, you can see that little bit of haziness that's out there. Still for the short term, the chances there for a little bit of a mist in the air for a few places. But I think in general, I think a lot of today is going to be dry. It's just not so much for the short term. We're seeing at least that cloud cover hold. And with that low cloud cover, that potential is there for a little bit of a mist out there. But temperatures, they'll continue to move along pretty well today. We're going to be in the mid to upper 50s for highs, well above the average high for this time of year. Maybe a few more breaks of sun during the afternoon, but I think a little better bet for rain as we head into some of the evening hours. But most daylight hours will stay dry. I say that with some showers out there now, but I think overall it looks like some fairly quiet weather and some fairly mild weather for us as we head throughout the day today. Highs in the 50s.
Good
we will
stuff.
take that mild.
All right, Marty, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, let's get to our poll of the day this morning. We're asking you, since it's gift-giving season, we want to know how you tackle your holiday shopping. Daniel, give the options, will you?
Your options are all at once. For person by person, wait until the last minute. That's always a terrible idea. It's not about the gifts. I do like that one.
Yes.
Talk about waiting till last minute.
Christmas Eve every year for me.
Without listen,
fail.
I've done Christmas Day at 7-Eleven. Somebody got a pack of AA batteries. The other person got a Slurpee. And I didn't care.
I have done the Christmas Day situation too.
It's awful.
It's awful. Okay, so in my family, hold on, I'll just scan the QR code. You guys know what to do.
Yeah, right.
Weigh in.
Do the poll.
Blah, blah. We'll share the
Finish
answers
the story.
coming up. So, went to the gas station. My family, they were like, well, we're not going to do gifts for everybody. We're doing Secret Santa, except for the immediate family and except for the grandparents and then maybe an aunt and uncle. And then all of a sudden, we're buying gifts for everybody, which is fine, except that
you need notice.
I need notice, and I missed one. So it's Christmas Day. We were heading over there, and I'm like, Target's got to be open. Target was not open. Walmart was not open.
Somebody got a bag of rubber bands.
Somebody got a gift card to a wine store.
Hey!
Sent to their email.
Listen. It's the thought that counts.
Yes.
And, I mean, the thought wasn't there because you didn't remember this person. Stick around. We have a lot more to come this morning right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back.
We'll be joined by some of the cast members in McQuaid Jesuit's upcoming production of All Quiet on the Western Front.
And we're back after this. Morning.
Nice to meet you.
That's all right, Dan.
Hi, how are you? I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Good. Hi, everybody. Good morning. How we doing?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in. We're just going to do a quick mic check. Would you guys mind counting for us? 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think we're good. I think they've got you. Oh, yeah. I'll get it. Do you mind if we just move your necklace just like a tiny little bit?
Want me to put it in
That's
here?
perfect. Yes.
Can we take yours and we're just going to adjust it and there we go. Better?
Perfect.
All
You got
right.
this, brother?
Very good. How we feeling? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Excellent. We're so happy to have you here. All right. So, have you guys? Is this your first TV?
Just before 8:14 this Wednesday, and in your community, McQuaid Jesuit is bringing a classic war novel to the big stage starting tonight, and this morning we're getting a closer look.
Yeah, joining us now is two cast members. We have Izzy Wortman, who plays Kat, and Nate Lynch, who plays Paul. They're going to tell us all about their production. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course, we love to be here.
Oh, well, we'd love to have you here. For those who are unfamiliar with All Quiet on the Western Front, it is certainly a heavy play, heavy novel. It's a movie also. Would you mind giving a little overview about the story?
So, All Quiet on the Western Front takes place in the Western Front of World War I, and it is a depiction of the last year of the war through the eyes of Paul. It's sort of a dream state because before the show begins, he's dead. And it retells him first joining. It shows all the hardships he's had to face, all the death, all of the horrible things he's had to do. And it is very much just a story about how war is horrible.
Because of the weight of this show, What was it like taking on the reality of history, something that actually happened, and bringing it back to life and putting it on the stage? Did you watch old movies about World War I? How did you find that headspace for those characters?
So that's an interesting question, because part of like preparing for this show, we actually had a teacher come and teach us a little bit about what it was like with soldiers being in the trenches, the sort of weapons and history behind World War I. So there was a lot of preparation learning about the history.
There are so many shocking elements when it comes to World War I. For you both, what was one thing that you learned that you didn't know before?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a big history buff. I think the biggest thing I learned was a few pieces of vocab that I wasn't too familiar with, but other than that, I knew a lot about the show coming into it.
Definitely, yeah. I don't know a whole lot about history, so a lot of it was pretty new to me.
Now, let me ask, what year are the two of you?
We're both juniors.
Both juniors. Do we have dreams of pursuing this down the road? Do we want to continue the acting pursuit?
I'd love to, but personally, I think I'm going to pursue a career of aviation. So
Wow.
I'd love to continue doing theater, but I'm not sure if it's in the cards. But him?
Yeah, I do certainly see it in my future. I don't see myself like stopping.
Very good. Well, impressive for both of you. So you're both juniors. Have you acted before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you're probably going to have younger kids sitting in the seats watching your performance. What is your message to those younger kids?
It's a tough show. It's really deep, and it's kind of hard to watch. Very sad, and it's just important to realize that this is all stuff that happened and should be reflected on.
I think that when kids see this show, I hope they get a love of theater from it, and I think they should try new things. Always, if they see a casting call for a show, always try out. Worst they can say is no, and I hope this show at least brings one new kid to not just McQuaid Theater, but theater in general.
I like that question. We got two different perspectives here. One about the show and one about the school itself and, you know, the draw to theater. When you're up there on stage and you've got, you know, classmates out there in the audience, does that ever get you a little nervous?
You know, you always get a little bit nervous on opening night for sure. I've done it so many times that, you know, I don't really think about who's in the audience. Once I'm on the stage, I'm just in character.
In the zone?
Not really thinking about it, yeah.
Very good. And you?
I think the second that those lights hit, when you walk out onto the stage, any doubt in your mind, any fear you have, it completely disappears. Every line that you'd think you'd forget, it's somehow in your mind, and you look out into the audience, you see friendly faces, you see people you don't know, and you know that you gotta make these people like the show and make that ticket worth it.
Wow.
Good answer.
Really?
Like it.
Yeah, excellent.
For somebody sitting at home, hit them with the ticketing information. When, where, and how do they get them?
All right, tickets can be bought on McQuaid.org or at the door. They're $8 today, $10 Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And the show opens tonight,
Show opens
correct?
tonight, yes.
Very
Perfect.
good. Thank you both so much for
Thank
coming in
you.
today. We appreciate it. All the ticketing information and details will go on foxrochester.com.
Hey, stick around. A lot more to come this morning right here on Arc Rochester. We're talking filling your feed.
Yep, we're back after this. Mic check, 1, 2,
Mic
3,
check.
4, 5. Yep.
Can't hear you.
It off.
There we
you
go.
Oh.
They've got you, Steph. Thanks, Steph.
All right. I'm putting it right back here.
I always like when Steph sings everything. Makes me happy.
Brings a bit of happiness and shimmer.
It does. And shimmer.
(8:22), welcome back. It is time now for this morning's edition of Filling Your Feed. We're going to get to some of the top stories and what you need to know about them.
We certainly are. We're going to dive right into a local story we're continuing to follow for you this Wednesday morning. 4 students at the University of Rochester are now facing felony charges after anti-Semitic posters were discovered plastered around the campus last week.
Yeah, a 5th person is now under investigation for those posters. And Stephanie Joseph has been following the story for us. She joins us from the live desk with the latest on the case. Steph, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so those 4 students have been charged with felony criminal mischief. Campus leaders say the actions did not meet the legal threshold of a hate crime after consulting with law enforcement agencies. Last week, hundreds of wanted posters were found on campus. The University of Rochester said several of those depicted, which included faculty and staff, were targeted because they're Jewish.
All right, Steph. Wondering here if what we know about what's going to happen next with those students and if you can tell us anything about that.
Yeah, so right now this obviously has to go through the legal process, and that'll start with the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Now, in terms of the legal threshold being met, it means that while we aren't sure right now that there could be later on, according to the Chief of the Department of Public Safety, that the status of whether or not there could be more charges or whether or not that will change in terms of the threshold for a hate crime being met. It could change over the course of legal proceedings, which of course have to go through the district attorney.
So we could see those charges elevated. What can you tell us about the investigation as it pertains to that 5th person involved? Do we know anything else?
At this time, it's not exactly clear what that person's role is or what their relationship to the university may be. But again, we are still looking at whether or not they could be facing, for example, hate crime. At this time, we know that those 4 do not meet that legal threshold. But I do want to touch on some of the people that we've heard from in the community. When it comes to these posters, we've heard from the CEO of the Jewish Federation of Rochester, who has obviously, along with the university, condemned these posters as anti-Semitic and says that we need to call out hate when we see it.
I think that goes well beyond protest. And I think it smacks of anti-Semitism. And I think that we have to be able to call out anti-Semitism and hate when it happens.
And I also want to touch on someone else who is connected to the university, who we got their opinion about this, and they believe that the posters may be seen as a form of protest, for example.
And I do not believe that these are posters singling people out for being Jewish. I believe it is the state, a state of Israel that they are criticizing. And I do not believe that that should be immediately and without any process deemed anti-Semitic.
And I, as a reporter, have been following this story very closely from the time when protests were going on campus, or even when they were moved to a nearby park, for example. There has been a lot of student expression when it comes to the war that's going on in Gaza.
Yeah, I would certainly imagine so. Steph, one last question before we let you go. Can you tell us anything about those that were targeted on these posters? I know we've seen a lot of the pictures and they're pixelated, their faces are blurred out, but can you tell us anything about those people, who they are?
Yeah, last week, actually, there was a reporter that spoke to a member of the faculty. Her name's Joy Getnick. She's the executive director of U of R's Hillel, and Hillel organizations that's considered the center for Jewish life on campus. She says that she was accused of racism, hate speech, intimidation, for example, and has denied any of that, said that was completely false, and doesn't believe that aligns with who she is at all. And she also worries about what was on those posters and what it could mean for students who are just trying to find inclusive community on campus.
The accusations were untrue. They don't reflect who I am or what I do. And I think they speak more to the people who posted them and hateful and biased ideas they have about Jews and Jewish life in Israel than they do about me. When you target a Hillel director, which is really unprecedented, you're targeting what I represent, which is inclusive Jewish life on campus. And that makes it harder for our students to fully experience their authentic Jewish lives.
And there's been an emphasis not only from her, but others that we've spoken to as well, for an education to sort of be had about the harm that anti-Semitism can cause and why some people would view this as anti-Semitic.
All right, Steph, thank you very much. And I know that we'll continue to follow this story. I'm sure developments will come as we make our way through the day and through the rest of the week as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Steph. Appreciate it. Hey, stick around. We have a lot more to come this morning right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
#829, welcome back this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Trapp.
I'm Abby Ferdman. We still have a lot to get to this morning on ARC Rochester, including a special spotlight on Advent House. We'll learn more about their mission and how you can get involved.
And then later, it's this week's edition of Spatchcock Funk. That's the new version of the song.
Okay.
We're going to get a look at what they dish up this week.
Yup, and then before we jump into our next segment on ARC Rochester, we do want to update you on a traffic alert that's happening right now. Look at that, significant delays out there on 490 and on 590. We're looking at several motor vehicle accidents this morning. A live look here. This is 590 up Browncroft Boulevard. They've been working here almost I want to say an hour and a half.
Yes,
hour
easily
and 45
at this
minutes
point.
that they've been working here. If you're headed out in this direction, just avoid it entirely. Crews are working hard to help out this motor vehicle accident here.
It does look like this scene is starting to clear, though. There's fewer first responders at that scene than we saw just 15 minutes ago. And as I say that, more pull up.
Yes, okay, but there's another look there, 590 at Empire Boulevard. You see the flashing lights. You see those cars at a standstill if you're headed out in that direction. Look at that traffic time, up to 59 minutes. This is 590 headed southbound. You're getting a live look there at 590 at Empire Boulevard. We were also looking 590 at Blossom Road. And then there's a look there, 490 at Ames Street. Dan, you want to take this?
Wow, really incredible. This backup continuing as you make your way on 490 this morning. 490 Ames Street. You can see that backup there really starting after that overpass. Again, another one of 3 areas this morning that are part of your daily commute that you need to avoid because you're going to be wound up stuck out there sitting in the road for upwards of an hour in some areas today.
Yep. Be mindful of all of that. Have a safe morning drive. We don't want to have any more incidents.
No.
Just, take it slow, take it easy, and make sure you're keeping your eye out for other cars and pedestrians as well. All right, let's get to some developing news out of Florida this morning. The Tampa Bay Rays say a planned new stadium may not be ready until the 2028 season, if at all.
Yeah, that team citing severe hurricane damage to Tropicana Field after Hurricane Milton's impact early last month.
Yeah, we have meteorologist Marty Snyder here with a closer look at some of the devastation that we've seen from the hurricane season. And, the pictures coming out of Tropicana Field are just, truly shocking when you look at just how much damage was done by Hurricane Milton. Keep in mind, this was October 9th. Take a look at that. In case you forgot just how severe Milton was. Unprecedented damage, truly.
And that's it. The winds, some of the highest gusts there in the Tampa Bay area are right around 100 miles an hour or so. And that's a part of the state that, it's not like they don't see that type of tropical activity, but it's much more rare for the west coast of Florida, southwest Florida to see that. But that's been the case over the past couple of years where it just, by random events, has been hitting those areas a little more often. And yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
You can see that water damage through the roof there, the ceiling. Oh.
Wait, I think I have that in my living room.
It's kind of incredible that this stadium, it looks like it's a material roof of some sort. That is what was used.
Yeah, I think they said fiberglass when I looked it up online, and I'd like to know the engineering that went in behind that because, I'm sure it has some type of a rating. What was it rated at for the highest wind speed? I wasn't able to find that online.
I'm sure there are a lot of people asking those questions, though, too.
But you think in the state of Florida to have something like that there as a roof.
A baseline,
sure. Yeah, that just doesn't seem like something that would hold up to a hurricane, first of all.
Yeah. No. The technical phrase that they used was ripped off and totally shredded, which you can see there, hanging in strips.
Yeah.
And, this, again, just a small look at some of the devastation that we've seen in the Tampa Bay area. The Rays releasing the photos, also showing some of the other issues and impact from the storm. And like we said, this isn't going to be fixed. They're just starting from scratch.
Yeah. You have to start from scratch at this point. The cost to repair is $55 million to repair Tropicana Field. And the question is, do you make that massive an investment into a stadium that you're going to demolish in 2 years?
Right, exactly. The one thing I didn't think of is, Abby kind of brought up there that the interior damage. I'm thinking, I'll just use this thing without the roof on it. But then, you look inside there, the ceiling tiles, there's obviously water damage inside to the structure. So, oh boy, that's got to be an awful decision to have to make.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
does.
And we know that spring training is going to be here before we know it. The Rays not going to be here. They're actually going to be where the Yankees do their spring training out.
Steinbrenner.
Yes, Steinbrenner. And they're paying the Yankees I'm going to get that right. They're paying the Yankees quite a bit of money to rent that stadium from them.
I think they're paying $15 million to rent
Yes.
to
Yeah, I think
use
I heard
that
Yep,
field.
I think you're right.
I mean, it's just incredible that this is what that stadium saw. Because I know at one point before the storm hit, there was talks of potentially using this as some sort of shelter if need be.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
And they actually had first responders set up inside, who quickly all had to pull out.
Yeah. And I think that you can almost see on the side there. I think they did have cots
you
set
can
up
see it.
in there ready for that.
Yeah, just tossed around.
Yeah. Boy, but that's just frightening. And you think of the places, the options that you have to house, numerous people like that, thousands of
so
people.
minimal.
This is, one of the areas that you think, oh, it's inside. You have a roof over it. You can house people there, and even that is questionable.
Yeah.
When we
In
take
this
a
case,
look
doesn't work.
at Hurricane Milton and the damage done, what about it, to you as a meteorologist, Marty, stands out more than other hurricanes?
I think mainly the path, the track that it took. It's just, it's not unheard of to have something hit the west coast of Florida, but it's a lot lower odds. Usually it's the Florida Panhandle where it hits. The east coast of Florida comes in from the Atlantic, grazes the coast. But just the area that it hit, and the fact that I don't know if they have different building standards in that area versus the areas that have more frequent hurricanes of that nature. So that's something that could be one of the variables in there as well. But
Yeah, that storm went into the Gulf and then made that right-hand turn.
Yeah,
Right to the west coast.
Into the west coast, which is something that it's happened a few times in the last few years where it hasn't happened for quite some time. So it's just the luck of the draw. Unfortunately, it's hit those areas more often recently than it has over the last century.
Yeah, really tragic. I mean, you look at the devastation after one of these storms, and then you think to yourself, okay, this is one of how many some areas of the country have seen this year.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just over and over again. I guess that's one of the things that we can be thankful of.
Yeah,
Here
very
in Western
true.
New York,
Very
hey,
true.
we don't have that.
No.
We have our
No.
snow. We have to plow snow. But
Yeah.
at least that'll melt after 8 months or whatever we were talking about. With
Very true in Buffalo.
the Buffalo one from 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
All right. Marty, thanks for the insight.
Okay,
We
sure.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And, we'll, I'm sure, check back in with you at some point on this as well.
Yeah, and again, spring training is going to be right around the corner. It'll be here before we know it, so I'm sure sports will be talking about this very soon as well.
And I'm just ready for spring.
Yeah.
Even
Us
the winter
too.
hasn't started yet.
Us too.
Time right now is 8:37. We have much more to get to here on ARC Rochester.
We are back right after this.
8:40 on this Wednesday morning. Thanksgiving is just over a week away, and a local food pantry is making sure everyone has a great meal.
Yeah, we love that. They're in the heart of the city's west side, St. Peter's Kitchen, dedicated to providing aid and food to anyone who needs it. 13 Wham's Chris Lopez has been catching up with them all morning long to see how they pull off this massive holiday operation. Chris, what can you tell us? I mean, it's just a heartwarming story.
Yes, absolutely incredible what they're doing here, the logistics that go behind this, all of the volunteers, and there's a few workers also that go into making something like this happen. And they don't just do Thanksgiving, they're also doing lunch daily, 6 days a week. I bring in Robert Boyd, CEO, this morning. Now, we do want to start off. We have been getting a lot of requests. People watch the show. They've been coming
A lot of people
through here.
watch the show, Chris. This is good. All of the people, for the baskets today, everybody has signed up in advance. So we can only handle so many people. So we've been taking reservations. We're totally booked for everything. So we don't have any baskets available today. Everybody's welcome to come to lunch next Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Okay, beautiful.
So that's available to you. So we appreciate that. We got a lot of volunteers right now, and you can see they've started piling up all the boxes. This again is what is in each box. You start with, everybody's getting apples, potatoes, cheese, butter, onions, squash, milk, eggs, turkeys.
It's like you have the beef broth, the stuffing that's in there.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have enough of turkey broth, so we'll try beef. It all comes together. Mix in some chicken, it'll be good. So most of this is all laid out. The team you saw this earlier this morning was assembling all these boxes. They're now hauling them out, and it'll take them probably another 20-30 minutes to haul everything out, and then people start to come through. So this is sort of, a lot of energy goes into this from a planning perspective, an execution perspective. The weather has been fairly good. So we appreciate you being here. It's a great place. We're open. We welcome people to come. Pantry, you need to sign up in advance, and you can ring us up.
Okay.
If you want more information, you can check us at www.stpeterskitchen.org. And we're always grateful for anything. We look at it as time, talent, and treasure. So if people want to volunteer, they can come and volunteer.
I was going to ask you that. If people want, they say, I can't donate, but I want to volunteer, I want to give time.
Absolutely. Your time is very valuable. We need people to run every day, Monday through Saturday. So if you want to volunteer, we appreciate your time. If you have talent, maybe you paint, maybe you know electrician, maybe you know plumbing, we can always put you to work. If you're a web designer, we could put you to work. Volunteers are what we are all about, and you talked to a number of people already, and volunteering is so important. To the thousands of people who come through here over the space of a year, and they get nutrition, but they also get feeling of community. We refer people. We do telehealth here, so you can sit down and get behavioral health treatment, physical health treatment,
And I want to talk to someone very special behind the scenes, hasn't gotten too much TV shine, but you, very strong, very logistically sound. You make so much happen here. This is Amy. She has been going in and out like a crazy woman, essentially, making sure today happens. How do you do it all?
Very organized. Yeah. Is very patient and very appreciative of this and very grateful for it.
And what's the reaction? You are here all the time. You get the reaction from people that pick up meals like this. Mm-hmm. What is that reaction that you elicit when they get a meal?
They're very grateful for it. They're very appreciative of St. Peter's and all we do for them. Not just food. There's a multitude of things we do for them. This being one of the special events that take place every year. And they're just actually grateful for it all. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will let you get back to running. I'm going to come check you guys out for lunch, right? We start with that.
Check us out for lunch, noon to 1. If you want to learn more about us and want to possibly be a volunteer, reach out to us. We'll be happy to give you a tour if anybody wants to come down and see what we do, see some of the things we do, talk about what they are and how they might want to help. For a number of we're short certain things. So mayonnaise being one of them.
Mustard.
Mustard. Grape jelly. Just to have peanut butter and jelly, and you can make tuna salad. So thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And we do this 6 days a week.
And thank you for all the hard work that you guys, day in, day out. We're here for only one morning. You guys are here all the time helping the community.
We have the best people in the world. The volunteers are so great. Amy in action, Shar in action, but they really are a great team, and we see people as a family here, and we have fun and laugh. We do with volunteers, the community. You get to see people come every day for lunch and for the pantry. So I know who sits in chairs because they have bad knees and can't sleep in a bed. We know who has broken windows in their house, and who's had babies, who's done this, and we celebrate that life with them. So it's part of a family.
Very special stuff that you do. Thank you so much. About 9:30, people are going to start picking up the food. You have volunteers hard at work throughout the morning. Back to you guys in studio.
I'm going to move those things up there.
StPetersKitchen.org is the website you can go to if you want to learn more about the organization, the incredible work they do. Want to donate your time or donate $1, you can do it all right there.
Yep. All right, Chris, thank you very much. Time right now, 8:47. When our Rochester returns, we have this week's Geared for Growth.
We're back after this.
Hello, mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Thank you for coming in. I'm Abby.
Thank you for having me.
Have a seat. Hello,
How's
good
it
morning.
going?
How we doing?
Good.
All right.
How's it going, Dan Schrack? Nice to meet you.
If I could just have you do a mic check for me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Excellent. Very good. Jeff, we're good.
Do you mind if I just adjust your jacket right here? There we go. Make sure that the mic is facing outward there on you. Perfect.
Okay. Great.
Very good.
Better, Jeff? You got it. All right. Thanks so much for waking up bright and early and coming in.
Thank you.
Christina Vargas.
.49 this Wednesday morning, and it's time for this week's segment of Geared for Growth, partnered with Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce. And this morning, we're highlighting Vargas Associates.
Yeah, it's a local company. It works to boost productivity in the workplace. Joining us now is the company's president, Christine Vargas, to tell us all about it. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get right into it. Tell us what Vargas Associates is all about.
Well, we are an interior design and facilities project management company. We solely work in the commercial world, and we help owners and A&E firms with the various challenges that come with designing space, redesigning, relocating, and we've really grown over our time frame here. We've just celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Wow.
And we're just really looking forward to the coming year. We're very excited about the forecast in our future.
So talk to us, if you could, about your clientele. Who is your client base?
So we have private sector clients in the corporate industry, and then we also work in the public sector. You'll see us doing municipal work. with various county, city type government structures. We do a fair amount of healthcare work and definitely education, both higher ed and K-12.
Do people come to you with an idea of what they want? Because I feel like everybody thinks that they have good taste, right? Or do they just come to you and say, please help us, make us something, and you guys say, we're the experts, so we'll take it from here?
It's a little of both.
Okay.
And so we really start most projects by listening, right, in the programming phase, and we want to understand their vision. And some people really have a great vision of what they want, and others need help. So regardless, we like to bring different ideas to the table and show them what it might look like. We do a fair amount of 3D rendering with the latest technology so that they can envision and it can help them with decision making.
Yeah, I feel like when you have those options, when you can actually see a picture of it and you don't have to close your eyes and pretend to imagine in the space, you can see how it would be utilized, what you would do in different areas.
Definitely, and we find that when you can create that vision, there's much more satisfaction on the end of the project because they knew what they were deciding upon. Yes.
I am so interested in all of it. Out of all of the different types of clients you have, for you personally, what kind of design most interests you? Is it the medical offices? Is it the colleges? Is it
I gotta say I don't necessarily have one favorite in particular, but what I love is when we can work on public projects and friends, family, other colleagues can see our work. So for instance, the Henrietta Public Library, we worked on that project and we're the interior design firm.
It's lovely, by the way.
Thank you. And we've done many libraries, we've done other public projects, and you can say, hey, we did that. It's a great example.
That's got to be a great selling point too, when people want to know what has this company done, and you say, well, we did this library, we did this building, this building.
Yes.
And they've been in all of them.
Yes,
that's
definitely,
really incredible.
Definitely.
20 years in, where do you see the company in 10 years?
I see us continuing to grow in the sectors that we are in. We have built phenomenal relationships with the architectural and engineering community, and we're very proud to be a part of those teams. And many of them bring us to the table and allow us to work on these projects that otherwise we may not have had an opportunity to do. So I feel like we've got a lot of energy around those relationships, and we're being asked to participate. It's such a pace. We have such a forecast for the coming year. I'm really excited.
Well, we're excited to see all of the great things that you accomplished. If somebody's watching at home thinking, all right, I've got to get in touch, what's a good way that they can do that?
Well, our website is www.vargasassociates.com. And our email is contactus@vargasassociates.com. I will mention our job postings are up on our website as well, so we're definitely looking to continue our growth next year.
Perfect. That's good to hear. We'll make sure to post all of that information, including the details about those jobs, on our website, foxrochester.com.
Christine, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We have much more to get to here on our Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
Stick around. We're back after this.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Stephanie Joseph. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's your ARC Rochester news break. We want to go now to some traffic cameras, some major slowdowns going on the major roadways here. You're looking at 390, 490 and 590. We are seeing 590 with the longest drive time right there. 32 minutes for separate crashes going on. I believe there's 2 on 590 and 1 associated with 490. Let's see if we can get a look at what's going on there. We have been following this throughout the last hour and a half or so. We're seeing that there are some first responders still on scene. This is a bit of a smaller response compared to what we were looking at before, so it seems like things are moving in the right direction in terms of getting everyone attended to when it came to that crash. It does look like there are more lanes open. I believe the left lane you can see right there is the only one that is closed right now. This is 590 at Browncroft Boulevard. As we look over to 590 at Empire, there is still that slowdown. Not sure if that camera may be a little bit frozen, but like we said, it is stop and go traffic right now. It's not frozen at all. That is exactly what things look like. It's not moving much at 590 at Empire Boulevard. And as we look at 490, things seem to be moving along. But again, you see those flashing lights right there. Be mindful. If this is a part of your regular morning commute, there are significant slowdowns for you to be aware of. Turning now to 4 students at the University of Rochester facing felony charges after anti-Semitic posters were discovered on campus last week. The 4 students have been charged with felony criminal mischief over the posters, which depicted Jewish members of the faculty as wanted. Campus leaders say they've consulted with law enforcement and determined the actions do not meet the legal threshold of a hate crime. We're told a 5th person is being investigated. A 19-year-old woman was shot overnight and 2 other women in a parked car were nearly hit. Police found the car and the 2 women inside on Ravine Street around 1:30. Then a 3rd woman, who is 19, arrived at Rochester General Hospital with a gunshot wound. Police say she was shot on Ravine Avenue, but she was not in the car they were investigating. She is expected to survive. Also, police are looking for whoever stabbed a man in his 20s late last night on Brown Street near Saxton. He was stabbed at least once in the upper body and is expected to survive. Anyone with information on either incident should call 911. Canal Street in Rochester is back open after that massive 4-alarm fire Monday night at a vacant commercial building. It took more than a dozen companies nearly 3 hours to bring the fire under control. One firefighter suffering what officials call minor injuries. The building was demolished yesterday. Now, for all of these stories and any updates, visit our website, 13wham.com. Stick around. Our Rochester is back right after this.
9 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. It is November 20th. It's a wonderful Wednesday, and we have a lot to get to here on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Ferdinand.
And I'm Dan Schreck. We've got a lot to come this morning for you, including we're going to go over the results of the poll of the day. Abigail.
Yeah, this morning we asked you, since it is gift-giving season, we asked how you tackle the holiday gift shopping.
Oh, do you do it all at once? Do you do person by person? Do you wait until the very last minute? Or is the holiday season not about the gifts in your household?
Look, I would agree with you. It's not about the gifts. But I do the holiday shopping.
The gifts are nice.
The gifts are nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to let people know that you're thinking of them. And for some people, gift giving is their love language.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to those people, I say just make sure to give a gift receipt. Right? That's true.
Yeah, I guess so.
Listen, you can get a gift for anybody all day, all day.
Wait until you see what I'm getting you.
Oh,
You're going to love it.
Is it coming with a gift receipt?
No.
Okay.
Maybe it will. I don't know.
Maybe it
Whatever.
will. Either way, we want to know how you feel about our poll of the day. Scan that QR code with your smartphone. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can repost the poll, comment below the poll, and weigh in on the poll. We'll go over those results for you coming up at the end of the show.
All right, let's get right back into things this morning. We are talking about what is trending right now, and we're going to start out with something. It's been on my mind all morning long, in like a bad way, not in a good way.
Yeah, seriously, in a bad way. We've contemplated making the purchase already. No one asked for this, but Pizza Hut is now selling wine, but it's not made out of grapes.
At all?
No.
Okay.
It's tomato wine.
So gross. Described as a bold, limited edition sip that brings pizza night to a whole new level.
It's crafted with ripe tomatoes, fresh basil, and other herbs, and a whisper of toasted oak.
The pizza joint says it's a slice in a glass. The chain partnered with a Kansas-based winery for the release. It is sold exclusively online.
Kansas.
I hear they're known for their wine.
I didn't know they were known for their wines.
Are they known for their tomatoes?
They might, I guess, maybe. Hey, listen, you know, it could be where Pizza Hut sources its tomatoes for its sauce.
It could be. I need some more information. Here's what we do know, though. $25 a bottle. You need to buy at least 2. So this is going to cash you out to at least $50. You can get a gift set for $60.
Yeah.
Talk about a meal that's a steal.
It's nice. It comes in a nice, classy gift box that's shaped like a pizza box.
Okay.
Comes with 1 bottle of wine, and it comes with 2 matching, very classy Pizza Hut wine glasses.
All right. Thoughts? Feelings?
I was on the brink of ordering it this morning. Listen, it sounds so absurd and disgusting that you gotta try it.
Listen.
Tomato and basil wine?
Yeah. The CEO of Pizza Hut loves this show. He watches ARC Rochester
daily,
religiously. So if you're watching, please send us a bottle so that we can try it here. Rave reviews, I'm sure.
Out of our budget.
It's out of the budget. Here's my thought, though. It does not have red wine consistency. If you look at it, they said online, if you put it in the fridge, it tastes more like a white wine or resembles a white wine.
Yeah.
But if you look at that picture, Ashley, can we pull up that picture a little closer? I feel like red wine is usually like dark.
Yeah, that's
rich.
almost rosé-ish.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, did you just note? I just noticed this. If you look very closely at that image, get off your couch, walk to the television screen, look at the top of that wine bottle. Yeah. The cork inside the bottle says Pizza Hut.
Look at that. Attention
and it's
to
got
detail.
the logo. That's what it is, too.
Yeah.
Either way, listen, you want it, you don't want it.
Producer Ashley wants to know, how is it alcoholic?
Well, it's fermented.
Producer Ashley, that was your job to find that out.
You ferment it. I'm sure they fermented the tomatoes with some basil, some herbs, and with some
other herbs.
Smoked whiskey oak.
No, oak. Smoked oak.
Smoked
wood
oak chips. Wood oak chips, and they brewed it.
Do you remember, you've seen like fruit wine at the grocery,
yes.
or not at the wine store. I bet that's kind of what it's like.
Yeah, fruit wine, on Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
fruit
like
wine.
that. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite scenes. All right, we got to move on.
To another story, Delta Airlines has partnered up with a fast food chain to bring flyers a treat in the sky.
They are teaming up with none other than Shake Shack. They're going to be offering cheeseburgers on long-distance domestic flights starting December 1st.
They say customization options will be available. When it comes to the toppings, they're also going to serve a Caesar salad and a dark chocolate brownie. That does look like a very small brownie, but that's fine.
That is like a come on.
It's fine. It's fine.
Who are we kidding with that thing? No. Who is that satisfying? Here's the catch. They will only be serving them in first class customers, and only first-class customers flying out of Boston.
All right. The price for a round-trip first-class Delta ticket can range from $500 to $1,000.
Okay, but you're not buying the first-class ticket for the food.
Right.
Especially on a domestic flight. International, maybe. But domestically, you're not buying the ticket, I think, in first class for the food, unless you're a diehard Shake Shack lover.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I've never heard anybody say that.
That they're a diehard Shake Shack lover?
Yeah, if you are, please let us know using the hashtag #RGROK.
Is Shake Shack not all it's cracked up to be?
I don't know. I've never been.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh.
I have not.
Okay. We gotta get you to
Usually
Shake
I
Shack.
associate it with anger, honestly.
Shake Shack?
Mostly because of the typos always made. That's Shake, which is really common here. Either way, Delta says they are expanding, or they expect rather to expand the services to other cities throughout the next year. They didn't exactly say what, or if they're going to lower the prices for the seats.
My thought is, if you really want the full experience, you want to run the gamut, you book a first-class ticket from Boston Logan to LAX. You get your Shake Shack in your first-class seat at LAX or at Boston, fly across the country, eat that. When you land at LAX, skedaddle over to In-N-Out Burger, grab a burger, fries, and shake, take it back to Beantown.
Beantown?
Boston.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Beantown. Remember? No? Okay. All right, we gotta move on.
Wait, okay, real quick. Here's my thing also. I feel, what's the deal with airplane food, right? Like, it's never as good as you think it's going to be.
Of course.
So then you're getting the Shake Shack, and it's going to probably not be as great.
It's going to be it's going to be an airline Shake Shack.
We're already
food.
setting you up with the brownie.
Yeah, they are setting you up with the brownie, and you only get to pick the toppings, people. Need I say more?
I don't think.
I don't think so either.
I think we need to move on.
All right, Baskin-Robbins has a new ice cream flavor that could be included on your next charcuterie board. No. Nope.
It's so gross. It's a brie and burrata flavored ice cream. It's called Brie My Guest.
Oh, a kitschy title. That must mean it tastes delightful. The company says the cheese board inspired flavor will include almond and pistachio pieces with apricot swirls.
Why are you saying all of those words like that?
What?
I don't know.
Fancy, classy.
All right. This is great because the holidays are coming up quick. The brand wanted to be included on the table no matter the meal. Those who have tried it say it's actually the perfect treat for cheese lovers.
Okay. The brand also released an eggnog ice cream on board.
Yeah.
On board. The brand's and the brand's iconic turkey cake,
which is hilarious.
Okay.
Look at that. Come
listen,
on. Hilarious.
Put it on the table. Absolutely. The first thing, not so much. The cheese ice cream.
No, I think it's just cheese.
No, it's ice cream.
It's cheese ice cream. Yeah, I'm sorry. What am I saying here?
No, I would say no to that.
Yeah.
To each their own.
I second the motion.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Moving on.
Speaking of the holidays, if you're getting ready to travel this Thanksgiving, TSA is reminding you not all holiday goodies can fly.
No, they cannot. Airports, they're bracing for the coming Thanksgiving rush because nearly 6 million people are going to take to the skies in the coming week.
Yeah, TSA says they usually see a lot of people bringing dishes and cooking supplies on the planes, and they've released a list for what items can and cannot go on the plane's main cabin.
Okay, so get your pen and paper ready, people. Foods that can be carried on an airplane. Your baked goods, think cakes, cookies, brownies, both homemade or store-bought pies, and frozen, uncooked, and cooked meats.
Yeah, cooked or uncooked stuffing in a box or a bag. Also casseroles with traditional green beans and onion straws.
Mac and cheese in a pan or its unprepared ingredients.
Also fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, candy, and spices.
Okay, now get the Sharpie out, because this is the stuff you cannot take on the plane.
Yep,
the
got it.
Sharpie.
Ready.
Homemade or canned cranberry sauce.
Homemade, jarred, or canned gravy.
Wine, champagne, and sparkling apples. Oh, they took all the fun out of that flight.
Yep. Canned fruit or vegetables, jam, jelly, or other preserves, and also maple syrup.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a question. Would you really bring any of these things on the plane?
I'll tell you what, if somebody sat next to me with like a casserole dish full of green bean casserole, I'd be like, I have to eat it with you. I'm sorry. I know this is meant for your family, but you just
push that call button, ask for a fork.
Well, who's bringing a tray?
Listen, I get it. I get it. Well, I think one of the most humorous, or maybe backwards. Listen, I get it. It's all for safety. Okay, but peanut butter in a jar cannot go on the plane.
Yeah.
If you spread that peanut butter on bread, it is no longer considered a liquid.
Yeah.
And then you can take a peanut butter sandwich on the plane.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
I see the logic in it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like a lot of peanut butter. Who's to say I'm not putting the whole jar on there?
Yeah, but like, you think about like the big jars, like the Costco size. You could, put some stuff in there.
Yeah.
TSA would have to dig around in the jar of
Yeah,
peanut butter,
that's just
slow
gross.
everything down.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know.
No, take way too long. All right, our final story this morning. Las Vegas has declared the winners of the 34th annual Housekeeping Olympics. Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, a special contest organized every year by the Indoor Environmental Healthcare and Hospitality Association.
Yeah, they put 13 teams from competing hotels head to head with some very specific challenges.
Look at them go.
I know.
It includes bed making races, a blindfolded buffer pad toss, a mop relay, a vacuum relay race, a toilet paper toss, and an obstacle course on a floor cleaner, and also a spirit dance competition.
Okay, an obstacle course on a floor cleaner, that would be so much fun.
Hilarious, yes.
So much fun.
Like one of those like Roomba things?
Yeah, like the big things that buff the floors and it's got the pad. Yeah. Each event crowned a first, second, and third place winner, culminating in the announcement of an overall champion.
In the end, Resort World took home the crown as the overall winner.
Wow. Officials behind the games say they honor the unsung heroes of the industry. They certainly do. I worked in hospitality for a good chunk of time. And I might have told you this before, but I was doing overnights and I get very bored, come 3 a.m. What are you doing? And it's just me and security. So we would go into the back offices, in very big, long lobby. We would go into the back offices. We would take the spinny chairs. We'd pull them out into the lobby. And we would have races down the lobby. Who could run and get on the chair, mount the chair, and ride it all the way down the furthest.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was all caught on camera. And we were reprimanded.
I can't imagine why.
I know.
That's awesome, though. Hey, shout out to all of these people. Look at them go. That's awesome.
That would be a blast.
Like we said there, the
unsung heroes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you're going to do something, you may as well do your best at it, right?
Why not? I love it. Look at them go.
Yeah. Impressive.
All right. Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
Thank you.
If you want me to.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
You can come in and have a seat. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Molly.
I'm Abby.
Nice to meet
Molly.
you.
Dan.
Hi, Dan. Nice to meet you too.
Hi,
Brenda.
Abby.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Brenda,
meet
Dan.
you.
Hi, Dan. Nice to meet you.
Come on in and have a seat.
I am just going to take this fork and hide it underneath your turtleneck forward. And we are let's just sit forward.
Sitting on the
There we go.
squeakiest chair in all of Philadelphia.
Molly is on the outside.
Yes.
All right, can we just get a mic check from you guys? Just count for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Phenomenal. You guys nailed it.
Welcome back, 9:18 this Wednesday morning. November is National Hospice and Palliative Care Month, and this morning we're shining a light on the Advent House and its mission.
Yeah, this morning we're joined by Brenda Ferraro and Molly Shanto to tell us more about the organization. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much.
Yeah, let's get right into it. What do people need to know? I guess just a general overview to kick things off.
So Advent House is a 2-bedroom comfort care home in Fairport where we care for the terminally ill patients with 3 months or less of a prognosis. We have trained volunteers who provide all the care that patients need, because there comes a time sometimes where patients are unable to be cared for at home. Maybe their care needs are too great. So the beauty of this is it offers the family and friends time to come and visit whenever they want. They can come day or night without having to worry or have the burden of the caregiving.
Which is really such a weight on many families who are dealing with any sort of long-term ailment like this. It's really incredible that there is that support. There is that lifeline for the family members, because a lot of times when we think of hospice care, we think of palliative care, we think solely of the person who is passing on. And there's not a lot of thought for the family members that are being left behind and the ones that they need care as well.
They do. And the volunteers are great with supporting the family, whether it's one or many, the spouse, the children, siblings who are there as well the entire time.
But in addition to all the physical care needs that we provide, we also have a lot of niceties for residents and families. So we provide music therapy. We have pet therapy. They can bring their own pets in if they like. We have Reiki therapy. We also have grief counseling, and we have child life specialists for children, because we have a lot of children and grandchildren that visit.
What is that like when you meet with the families of one of the residents there and they take part in some of the things that you offer?
They always express how much they love that. I mean, the families are thrilled that there's something else for them to do. The children that we have sometimes are happy to see a loved one and just be with their grandparent or whatever. Music therapy. We had, I just remember this one lovely woman. She'd sit in the recliner and the music therapist would come and play the guitar, and they would both sing and smile, and you would forget that this person is ill, why this person is here. They are living fully, playing the music and just being happy in that moment.
Is that what drives you to show up on a daily basis? Where does that motivation come from? Because I would imagine that there are very challenging and very trying days.
So it is challenging, but it is as challenging it is, it's that rewarding as well, to be able to allow these people to live their lives to the fullest in the days that they have left, and the family to have time and comfort to congregate and gather with them.
What is the difference between a service like you offer and having somebody stay in the hospital or stay in their own home?
Oh, it's a huge difference. We are a home, a 2-bedroom comfort care home. So you walk in the front door, it's bright, it's cheerful, it's home-like, large living room, bright windows, kitchen, suite with a bedroom and a bathroom on one side, another one with the bedroom and a bathroom on the other side. Very homey, very calming, peaceful, as you can imagine, much different than a hospital kind of feeling. So people walk in the door and are generally immediately put at ease, put at peace, because of the quietness, because of no bells ringing, no noise. You know, it's just a very
What it is really is like we say, a home away from home.
It is. It is just home. We encourage families to sit and eat with the residents around the kitchen table if they can, or come in, make coffee, talk with us. How
And
are things
are
going?
there visiting hours for family in this, or
They're
is
allowed in night or day.
That's
They
no
can come
visiting
whenever
hours,
they
night or day,
want.
come and
There's
go.
no restrictions on. There's no age limit. They can have pets if they like.
It's truly incredible, and the service, the support, to know that it's there for so many people to take advantage of. It's really incredible and so important to our community.
Yeah.
It
Thank
is,
you for
it
all
is.
of the work that you do. We certainly
welcome.
appreciate it, and I know the families appreciate it as well.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody who wants to learn more information, can you give us the website?
It's simply theadventhouse.org.
And was there one other thing you were adding there? No?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, it
Just
seemed like
checking.
I
No, that's
got
okay.
it.
It's
I'm sorry.
okay.
That's
We'd love
Thank
for
you.
people to check us out on
Yes,
the website.
absolutely.
Because if people are interested in donating, or if they're interested in volunteering, you don't have to have a medical background. You don't have to have any knowledge. We train volunteers
And they can find all of that online.
on our
Yes.
website.
Terrific.
Perfect.
Thank you both so much for your time
you.
and for what you do.
Thank you.
Really and truly. Thank
Time
you.
right now is 9:24. Don't go anywhere. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
9:26, welcome back. Time for another edition of Filling Your Feed. Let's get right to a national story that we've been following this Wednesday morning.
Yeah, FEMA under scrutiny right now by congressional lawmakers after firing an employee who skipped over homes in Florida with yard signs supporting President-elect Donald Trump following Hurricane Milton.
Stephanie Joseph joins us from the live desk with more on the story. Steph?
Yeah, guys, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell testified before lawmakers Tuesday addressing the incident. She says at least 20 homes were skipped, and the incident was isolated to one employee who sent a text to other workers saying, quote, avoid homes advertising Trump.
Now, Steph, let me ask, do you know how many people received these messages?
Yeah, based on questioning from lawmakers, it would seem at least 11. I was also hearing upwards of maybe 13, but definitely at least 11.
And Steph, I'm wondering what the role of the fired employee actually was.
Yeah, so based off of the questioning, when we heard from Deanne Criswell, who is the FEMA administrator, she said that that person is a crew lead, and that's considered the lowest level of supervision. So obviously a degree of supervision there. And actually, we heard from that employee who says that she was following policy.
Before I even deployed to Florida, that this was the work culture there. I was on 2 teams in Florida, and the first team, when I arrived, they were implementing avoidance and de-escalation. And unfortunately, that trend ran with those Trump campaign signs. I don't create policy, FEMA does. I just implement it in the field.
Steph, we heard her say it just there. She doesn't create it. She implements it in the field. I would have to imagine lawmakers are under the impression that there are now larger issues within the FEMA organization.
It was definitely a part of questioning, and we'll hear shortly from a lawmaker and what exactly he was asking. But the concern is that were there other incidents of this? And as you heard me say earlier, the FEMA administrator believes that this is isolated. There is obviously an investigation ongoing, but let's go ahead and take a listen to that lawmaker.
Just ask the people in Highlands County, Florida. They needed help, but at least one FEMA official used her power to make help harder to get. We only know this because one whistleblower was brave enough to come forward, but others knew about this and said nothing. And FEMA leadership didn't take action against this supervisor until the press exposed the discrimination. More importantly, FEMA officials did not immediately end the discrimination. Since being fired, this supervisor has made multiple media appearances claiming she was following direction from above and that this practice is widespread. So the question is this: from FEMA's perspective, was her main offense not only saying the quiet part out loud, but that she put it in writing? Who knows how many victims of Florida were left out of rapid disaster relief response? And what about other areas of the country? How long has this gone on and where?
And I do also want to say another quote from the FEMA administrator while she was testifying. She said, quote, I do not believe that this employee's actions are indicative of any widespread cultural problems at FEMA. So again, just reiterating how much this is an isolated event.
All right, Stephanie, thank you for all that information. We appreciate it.
Yeah, interesting story that something tells me there's going to be more developments in the coming days. So we look forward to those details coming out, Steph. Thank you.
Time right now is 9:30. We have much more to get to here on ARC Rochester.
We're back right after this. Good Wednesday morning, 9:33. Welcome back to Arc Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We have much more to get to here. Let's get right back into the show this morning.
All right, it's hard to believe it, but the end of the year is almost here, which means National Geographic just released its annual Pictures of the Year issue.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at some of the selected photos and recap the year in a unique way.
I like this idea. Okay, so here's some background info on how this all began. The annual issue started with the hopes of reflecting on curiosity, exploration, and the complexity of our world.
Yeah, this year's final 20 photos were narrowed down from a pool of 2.3 million.
How?
I don't know.
How
did they narrow it down?
Yeah. How many people and how much time do they put in? The pictures have got to be 20 years old if they're digging through 2.3 million. Okay, this year's selections, penguins.
Oh, there we go.
That. Okay.
Taking the plunge. This was taken in Antarctica. It's a young penguin jumping off a 50-foot cliff for its first swim.
Look at those.
What's
That's
that
incredible.
Happy feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when they're little like that, they're like furry, they're fuzzy.
Yeah.
Not even real feathers. Love it. Okay, next one is titled Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh, I love
This
that.
was taken in Arkansas, a family watching the total solar eclipse after eloping. Oh.
How sweet.
Listen, I feel like we had some people who got married in Rochester
Yes,
during
we
the total eclipse.
did.
Here.
Yup.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Such a memorable
That's great.
time.
Absolutely.
Hard to believe that was this year.
And those kids, what a memory for them.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, next one here. Dining at dusk. Taken in Texas.
Oh.
This cave is home to about 10 million bats.
Wow.
Most nights they fly around sunset to feed on moths.
That's incredible. It takes about 2 hours for all of those bats to fly out of the cave. And then they wind up in my apartment.
I love them. They're so fun.
Oh, no, thank you.
They're doing great things for the environment.
That photo is spectacular, and they do look quite beautiful when they're like that,
Very
don't
majestic.
they? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, next one is titled A New Hope for Rhinos. It was taken in Kenya. 70-day-old rhino fetus conceived through in vitro fertilization.
Wow.
Get out.
So tiny. Can you believe that?
Holy moly.
How wild is that?
What a world.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is titled Atomic Aftermath. It was taken in India, and the photograph is part of a series documenting the impact of underground nuclear tests that were done in 1974 and 1998.
So they are covering their faces because they are of Muslim faith. Okay, understandable.
Yep.
It is, listen, it's a stunning image.
Yeah, very powerful.
Next one is titled Liquid Fuel from the Sun. This was taken in Germany. This is solar synthetic fluid made using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide.
How amazing. The liquid could replace fossil fuels and power trucks, ships, and planes. You know, you think that you're smart.
Yeah.
And then there are people out there doing this type of thing.
Well, there are people out there inventing these chemicals, and then, oh, yeah, I'm also a photographer, and now they're in National Geographic for that, too.
Yeah.
Impressive. Next one is titled A Centuries-Old Love Song. Oh. Ooh.
Taken in Illinois,
Yeah.
cicadas emerging, the two groups emerging at the same time. It hasn't happened in more than 220 years.
Until next year, when the next batch of cicadas that hasn't been out in 220 years shows up.
Okay.
The next one is titled Deep Knowledge. It was taken in Bologna, a cave there. The research, what am I looking at?
Researchers are creating a record of past rainfall by looking at stalagmites and other mineral formations.
But do you see what's behind them there?
A bat.
Yes.
A bat.
Flying right around. They hope to understand climate threats to agriculture in that region.
Moving right along here, this is titled A Forever Home, taken in Chris Lopez's home of Arizona.
Oh, look at that. A bird keeper is taking care of macaws at Oasis Sanctuary, which provides care for more than 800 parrots. Think of how talkative that place has got to
I
be.
was gonna say, think of how many crackers they probably go through.
Yeah. They're gorgeous, gorgeous creatures.
Absolutely.
The next one is titled Shepherding Change. It was taken in Romania. The man is wearing a traditional sheepskin coat and has had to adapt his farming practices as the environment keeps changing. There's less snow during the winter. Grass is becoming scarce, so he's forced to move his stock that has been in the area now for a century.
Very powerful picture.
Yeah.
Right there. This one here is called Tracking the Elusive Black Tiger. It was taken in India. The black tiger's unique color pattern stems from a genetic mutation. To take this photo, the photographer had to set up camera traps with infrared triggers. But these tigers are shy and skittish and avoided the cameras because they were new.
But look at how gorgeous that coloring
Yeah.
is.
I love it.
The next one is titled Where Faiths Converge. It was taken in Pamir Mountains in
Tajikistan.
Thank you. This shrine is maintained by local people who are Islami Muslims. A tree fell on the shrine's tomb, but it is custom for them to leave it in place.
Wow.
That is very
Yeah, very
serene.
beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Yep. This one here is titled A Boom with a View. It was taken in Guatemala. The Fuego volcano has been erupting continually since 2002, and eruptions can occur multiple times a day.
202.
Is that what it said?
Something tells me that is it not? Okay. It's a weird way to write it. The photographer hiked up a nearby dormant volcano on this day to get this view.
Moving right along, this is called Pedal Pushers, taken in Morocco. Each spring, Morocco hosts a festival to celebrate the rose harvest. The pickers, mostly women, pluck buds early in the morning and then hand sort them. The best ones are turned into rose oil and rose water. The others turned into garland or tea.
Oh, okay. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
The color.
One
Love it.
is prettier than the next.
They really are.
Yeah.
Next one is titled When Watercolors Collide. It was taken in Fanning Springs State Park in Florida. A late winter flood caused dense water to creep under warmer water between two rivers. This allowed fish to dart between dark water from one stream and clear water from another.
That is really cool.
It is.
Like we said, there are, how many did 2 million that they had to pick from?
2.3 that
Yeah.
they went through. To narrow it down to how many did they get down
20?
to?
Was it 20?
Yeah.
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 Just amazing.
Incredible. Incredible. Hey, keep those cameras going.
Yeah. And don't forget, you can always send us your pictures and videos.
I bet some of these photographers watch Arc Rochester on the daily.
I hear they do. Big
Yeah.
fans of the show.
Chime in, 13wham.com/chime in. That's where you can send your photos and videos, and you could see them. National Geographic. Don't you want to be on Arc Rochester?
We certainly do.
Yeah.
Hey, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Go ahead.
You want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Okay. It's this week's edition of Spatchcock Funk. Next.
Spatchcock Funk, we are gonna feel like we're walking in Memphis because we are putting catfish on the table. This is one of our favorite things to ever make. When I was a little kid, my dad would take me to these catfish dinners. And you know the type of places, you walk in, there's smoke in the air, old people, young people drinking beers out of little glass cups with red and white checks on the table, and the smell of fried catfish. And every time I think about hanging out with my dad or I have catfish, I think about what a great guy he is to have a beer with. Take your beautiful pieces of catfish, big fillets like this, take them and cut them in half because you want to have a good, now make sure you've dried it first with a paper towel. It's going to look like that. Once we've got our fish all cut up, the next thing we're going to do to start getting the flavor going is we're going to take a combination of salt, smoked paprika, and black pepper and just lightly dust each piece. Meow, you want to let your fish sit there for a little bit, and we're going to start actually making our pecan cornmeal crust. So what we have here is a half cup of roasted pecans, 2/3 a cup of yellow cornmeal, and then a little bit of a combination of salt and pepper. Due to your liking, we go about a pinch deep. Now you want to pulse it, get your grind down and chop it up. It doesn't have to be too aggressive. We've got flour here. We use a 1/4 cup. You don't need a lot of flour. Put your pecan cornmeal mixture over here. We've got 1 egg and a half cup of milk. Now you take your fish, get it a light dusting of the flour. Then it goes into our egg and milk mixture. And then from there, into the best part, the pecan cornmeal mix. Preheat your oven to 375. Get a skillet, put a little over a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil in there. And the first thing we're gonna do is brown up these beautiful babies. It goes about 3 minutes on each side. Then what you're gonna do, put it onto a greased baking pan. It's gonna look golden brown, just like this. Now it goes into the oven, 375, for about 8 minutes. Yeah, look what we got here, man. Pecan crusted catfish. We're siding some dirty rice, some spicy meat in it to really pop things off. Now what we do actually, now this is a southern dirty type thing from the dirty South, but actually we go more southern than that. We like a little Mexican spin on it because we love Mexican food. So first, we're gonna just do a little bit of salt, and anytime you fry something when it's done, my boy April says, she says to put salt on it, that's cool. We hit it with a little bit of lime juice too. The next thing we do is we take a little bit of Mexican cream, which is kind of like creme fraiche, just super naughty, and we drizzle it over there and make a little pattern with it. From there, what we do is we made our own honey Dijon mustard. So we put some of that on top of it too. Then we hit it with some green onions, get some nice color on there. And now, man, we can get the blues this way because we digging up pecan crusted catfish. No blues with this catfish. It just makes you feel right every which way. Have some meow.
9:50, welcome back. Month of November highlights early childhood mental health. And one teenager is spreading awareness, talking about taking care of the good old brain.
Yeah, in a recent blog post, teen mental health advocate and our good friend Tanvi Arkaputi talks about why crying doesn't show a sign of weakness and how you can actually use it as a powerful tool. She joins us this morning via phone to chat with us and tell us more. Good morning, Tanvi.
Good morning, Dan and Abby. Thank you so much for having me here today.
No, listen, thank you for making the quick adjustment to be able to continue to chat with us. We know you're out west and you guys are going through a storm out there and you're no power, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope everything works out for you guys, but we're excited to dive into this conversation. So talk to us. What sparked that initial post?
Yeah, I feel like what really sparked that post is, especially because it was just Men's Mental Health Month, a lot of people were talking about how we should break the stigma of men's mental health, and I agree with that. And I think I was looking into that more deeply and trying to understand what other stigmas are deeply rooted. And I started to learn about crying, and since I'm really interested in the research side, I was understanding how crying isn't actually a weakness. And oftentimes I cry a lot to help me, but sometimes I think maybe that's just me who cries when I'm feeling sad or overwhelmed. But looking online, it seems to be really a positive technique to help our brain as well by crying and letting it out. And so I was like, in November, holiday coming up, shorter days, everyone's getting a little cramped, all the responsibilities. Why don't this be the perfect time so we can break that stigma and as a family come closer and friends by supporting each other through this and knowing that just as a strategy, we can also learn how it has tremendous benefits in our mental health as well.
Sure. The emotional release, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Tanvi, what is the general feeling among teenagers your age when it comes to feeling those emotions? You know, at least when I was in school, there really was no talking about your feelings. It was more like shove it down, don't address it, you know, put on a good face.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a weird situation because there's, of course, a lot more awareness around mental health in schools. So people are talking about it, but it's still like, when you ask how's your day, it's still just like the borderline good. And I don't think it's still enough where we can have deep conversations about our mental health. But I'm noticing that a lot of times when it comes to mental health, it's a lot of stereotypes. The students aren't taught enough about what these different mental health disorders are, illnesses are, challenges are. And so based off from the past, we put on the students, our peers who are sharing they have anxiety or depression.
Tanvi, can you hear us? Looks like we're having some issues speaking with our friend Tanvi Arkaputi, but she is such a great resource.
Yeah.
She's a teen mental health advocate. She started her own business to help teens across the country navigate their own mental health.
Yep, phenomenal author.
A phenomenal author.
Blogger.
Game inventor. She created a game.
Yeah.
She's got a part of a health system that's in the works in the state of California, and it's in dozens, if not more, school districts at this point. She's pretty phenomenal. Unfortunately, we're being told that we did drop that call, but as we explained, she is in an area that's dealing with some storm damage this morning out west, so they don't have power, but we do look forward to having her on the show again in the near future.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll continue this conversation.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
And, you know, sending thoughts to Tanvi's family out there as well.
Absolutely.
And time right now is 9:53. We still have more to get to with our final thoughts coming up next.
Stick around, we're back.
to discuss our poll of the day this morning.
The
Welcome back.
poll of the day.
Final thoughts on this wonderful Wednesday.
Yes, it's the gift that keeps on giving, the poll of the day. It is.
It is.
It is. All right, so we're talking holiday gift giving and holiday shopping because the season is upon us. It is gift giving season. We want to know how you tackle your holiday shopping needs.
Yeah,
Abigail?
the options were all at once, person by person, you wait until the last minute, or it's not about the gifts in my household.
The results?
For person by person.
Oh,
I get
okay.
that. Sometimes you gotta start with the easiest, right?
Yeah. Well, and sometimes, listen, you walk into a store with no intention of doing Christmas shopping today, and boom, there's mom's gift on the shelf.
Yep.
You know, that's how it works.
Nice and easy.
Hey, join us tomorrow morning for 13 Wham News at over on 13 Wham ABC starting at 4:57.
Yeah, we'll see you later today for 13 Web News at midday. Have a good one.
Bye.